What's up, guys? So I just got something in the mail today. This is a one-way valve canister refill thing made by a company called Sooyeah. And it is literally what it says. It's a one-way valve that you can use to transfer fuel from one of these things to another. So isobutane mix. This is really helpful for many people who use a lot of canister stoves. Me in particular, and actually everyone like me that guide on any sort of overnight trips where you use a lot of canister stoves, you inevitably end up with like a box of half empty, quarter empty, whatever fuel containers. And the guide services are really nice when you get like all these barely full fuel canisters. They start handing them out to guides because they're useless for the company. But they're also more or less useless for us, unless we bring out like 13 of these quarter full canisters. So this product could be pretty useful on condensing those down. I just got it in the mail, never tried it before, and I figured what better place than in my parents' condo here in downtown Tacoma to try it out. I'm here alone, so they won't hear any sort of big explosions I cause. But I just read over the instructions. They come right here, just one page. It doesn't seem too bad, seems pretty straightforward, so figured I'd make a video and we can experience it together and see what happens. All right, so I literally just put this pot on here. I'm just getting the water a little warm. In their instructions, they say that it's nice to put the receiving end in the fridge for a few minutes, and I have it in there. Just to sort of cool it off, condense the fluid that's in there. And then you're supposed to take the stuff that you're on the upper end that the gas is coming from and put it in some warm water just to sort of get it a little bit more, make the gas transfer a bit easier. It changes the pressure between the two, and since there's such a wide pressure difference, the gas from the warmer canister is going to go into the colder canister. At least that's as far as I understand. So there we go. It's like lukewarm. That's all. I'm not even boiling it. I'm just going to do that. I guess you just stick her in there. When I put it in there, it started making a hissing sound. It's not anymore. But I think that's it. Just like 30, 50 seconds in there. That's all that I have the balls to do. So here it is, two parts right here. You can actually see the little out to in right there. So obviously this is going out, so I plug this thing in right here. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I just plugged this in right here. Okay, went and get the canister that I'm putting this in. You can see I'm putting the small 4-ouncer into the larger 8-ouncer. There's plenty of room in this for just the tiniest bit that's in here. So I'm not really worried about overfilling it. That is definitely not a worry of mine. All right, cool. I guess this monstrosity is how it's gonna go, so let's see what happens. Well, I don't smell any gas. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Okay, so the gas went in. It's starting to slow down now. And what they say is you're supposed to close it off completely and then vent the extra pressure. That's what this little button is here for. And a little bit of spurting will come out of this hole. See, that's venting extra gas. And I bet you some liquid's gonna come out eventually. Actually, right in there, like vent for up to like 4 to 5 seconds. I would assume a little bit of the fluid would be leaking out eventually. Yeah, a lot of sitting and staring. What's got here? Oh, there's still just like the tiniest bit in here. try plugging it back in real fast. I think in the end, you wouldn't really have to heat up the canister on top, but it really does help to have this one cold. So just throw it in the fridge. It's almost to the point. And this thing is actually quite a bit more full now. Yeah, I mean, that worked pretty well, I gotta say. There's like a tiny bit left in this, but I can just burn that off and then punch it and throw it away. This thing is close to being full again. Yeah, that was impressive. It worked pretty well, actually. I guess all that's left is just a... Yeah, I mean, like, this thing's pretty close to being full now. Well, I guess in the end, this thing works pretty well. Yeah, one thing that could be bad would be overpressurizing it, I guess, or putting in more fuel than they normally have from the factory. I kind of dealt with that by getting one that I knew for sure was bigger than the small one. I think maybe going same size to same size is okay, especially if you know that they're less than half. And then smaller draining into bigger would be okay as well. But I would be very careful about adding more into a larger one, or from a larger into a smaller one, because that could get really bad. And I'm not confident enough with this yet to really handle that. But I think as far as just having all these like quarter full canisters and condensing them into like at least half full or something, I think that's pretty neat. So I'm going to keep on playing with it. So far, first impressions, I'm liking it so far. So we'll see what happens in a few months or so. I'll keep on messing around with it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.